Welcome to my channel. This is the Cavern of Scale. You're a member of an elite team of explorers hired for your unmatched bravery and skill. You've ventured together into the deepest mines and most treacherous caves the world over. But nothing can prepare you for what lies beneath. Far below the surface of the earth, hidden deep within the crust of this unremarkable mountain, is a cavern system that has existed since before the planet itself was born. It is a place where the very laws of geometry and space-time become warped and twisted. And at its center is a portal to a reality beyond human comprehension. For months, your team has been slowly mapping out this underground labyrinth, inching deeper and deeper into its twisting passages. Today is no different. You follow your lead cartographer, a grizzled veteran of countless expeditions whose nerves are as frayed as his once pristine white hard hat. He moves with practiced ease through this alien underworld, decades of spelunking experience guiding his hands and feet. The air grows colder and damper as you descend. Strange formations of crystalline minerals glisten faintly in the beam of your helmet lamps. The silence is absolute, broken only by the steady drip of water, which has carved these caverns out over millennia. And then you see it. A new passage opens up before you, a yawning hole in the side of the cavern wall that leads down into total darkness. Your cartographer stops, consulting his instruments. "This isn't on any of our survey," he says, his voice echoing strangely in the vast space. "Whatever's on the other side of this, we'll be the first humans to see it." His eyes are shining with excitement. "Come on, let's go." As you step into the passage, your boots crunch on something hard, like gravel or perhaps bone fragments. But there's no time to take notice. The tunnel is narrow and low, forcing you to stoop as you make your way through. The walls seem to close in around you, pressing against your chest, your breathing growing shallow and quick. Then, just as suddenly, the passage opens up again. You find yourself standing at the edge of a vast cavern, so big it seems endless, and it's filled with a strange mist that obscures your vision. You blink, confused, rubbing your eyes as if to clear away a dream. You look down. Your boots are on solid ground, yet you feel as though you're floating. Cautiously, you move forward, stepping over the crunching material, which, now that you're not focused on your breathing, you realize must be bone. Lots and lots of bone. At first, you don't notice anything unusual about it. You move through piles of what look like massive ribs and a scattering of teeth as large as your head. But then you see a shape in the mist ahead, something huge, impossibly large. As you get closer, you can make out more details. This shape is made of bones. Immense vertebrae, like giant tree trunks, tower above you. Fleshy bits of sinew and muscle still cling to them even after all this time. Tendons and ligaments are stretched taut between bones like tightly wound strings, humming with a power that shouldn't be possible. And two enormous eye sockets stare back at you, bottomless pits of ancient darkness. You stand at the base of this colossal skeleton, dwarfed by its bestial bulk. If this creature is anything like the others, you reason, trying to calm your pounding heart, then you and your team are inside the body of some prehistoric monster, a literal titan buried beneath the Earth's crust. Perhaps it's a dinosaur, though you know such creatures died out long before the Earth was shaped. But what kind of creature could be so unimaginably huge? What kind of predator would need such massive teeth and claws? Your questions are answered when a low, guttural sound rumbles through the cavern. Seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, vibrating in your bones and shaking the very ground you stand on. Another noise joins it, a wet, sucking sound like the in-breath of some immense underwater beast. Then you hear movement behind you. Heavy footsteps, deliberate and purposeful, shaking the earth. You turn to flee, but whatever is coming this way is fast. Whatever it is, it sees you. With a low, guttural growl that seems to split the cavern in two, something dark and immense lunges towards you out of the mist. Its eyes, burning embers in the gloom, lock onto you. It is a nightmare made flesh, a creature of pure instinct and primordial terror, and it wants you dead. You run, stumbling over the bones littering the ground. The creature is almost upon you. Its hot, fetid breath on your neck, its claws raking across your back. You can hear its heavy breathing getting faster, more excited. If you dare to glance over your shoulder, it's too much. The creature is so impossibly huge, its jaws wide and dripping with a substance that wasn't saliva. Its limbs are disproportionately tiny. The muscles corded and bunched like those of a gorilla. Its thick hide is stretched taut over its frame, revealing the outlines of every rib and sinew. And those eyes, black and soulless, burn with an unholy fire. You trip over a root and fall. You scramble to your feet, desperately searching for somewhere to hide, but there's nowhere to go. The creature towers over you, its claws extended. You scream, throwing your arms up in a futile gesture of defense. But the attack never comes. Instead, you hear a wet, smacking sound like the creature is lapping up water. You peek over your shoulder and see that what you thought was blood is actually saliva. It's collecting in its monstrous mouth, dripping from its chin. The creature swipes at the ground with one of its tiny limbs, sending a shower of rock and dirt into the air. Then it looks back up at you, tilting its head as if considering you. A low growl rumbles in its chest, and you wait for the killing blow. It never comes. After a moment, the creature turns and lumbers away, disappearing into the mist. You're left trembling in the sudden silence. You're alive, but the creature could easily have crushed you like a bug. Suddenly, you're not so interested in exploring anymore. You want to get out. But how? You look back the way you came, but the passage has vanished. In its place is a smooth, featureless wall of solid rock. Panic starts to set in. Then you remember what you saw in the creature's eyes. A spark of intelligence, maybe even curiosity. Maybe, just maybe, it wanted to play with you first. But if it got bored, it wouldn't hesitate to crush you. So you do the only thing you can. You venture further into the cavern, determined to find a way out before the creature returns. You walk for what feels like hours over bones and through mist until you see something in the distance. A faint glimmer of light. Hope surges through you. Maybe it's a way out, a shaft leading up to the surface. You hurry towards it, desperate to escape this nightmare. But as you get closer, the light seems to get dimmer, not brighter. As you reach it, you realize why. The light is coming from a single point in the distance. And between you and that point is a vast, featureless plain stretching as far as you can see in every direction. The plain is littered with bones, the same bones you've been walking over for hours. And directly in front of you is the source of the light, a crystal the size of a small mountain, shining brightly in the otherwise featureless expanse. You look up, expecting to see a shaft of sunlight piercing through a hole in the ceiling, but there is no hole. There isn't even a hint of a ceiling. You turn back, hoping to retrace your steps and find the entrance to the cavern. But everything is the same. All you see is the endless plain and the mountain-sized crystal. You are trapped in a reality that doesn't make sense. And then you realize what's truly happened. This cavern isn't just deep. It's deep in more ways than one. It's false. The walls aren't closing in on you. Its floor is falling away. You haven't been descending into the earth. You've been falling up out of this world and into another. You are now on the surface of a planet, or at least what was once a planet. Everything you see around you, the bones, the crystal, the empty sky. It's all part of this place, a place that exists on a different plane of reality. This planet is a pocket universe, and you've fallen into it. Worst of all, you're not alone. You can sense something stirring in the distant void, something vast and hungry, something that knows you're here and is very unhappy about it. From the creators of cosmic horror in space, The Cavern of Scale is written by yours truly. Thanks for watching.